In today's episode, we'll talk about the CVT, or continuously variable transmission. Simply put, it's a type of automatic transmission, but it differs from a traditional automatic with a fixed number of speeds, like 4 or 6. A CVT doesn't have a fixed number of gears. It can continuously and smoothly change gear ratios according to driving conditions, its mechanical design limitations, and the transmission's computer programming. Incidentally, many companies program it to perform dummy shifts to give the driver the feeling of shifting, similar to a regular automatic. These shifts are very smooth, especially under load, giving a sensation similar to electric cars that deliver power to the wheels without noticeable gear changes. However, some people prefer to feel every gear shift, and these people often dislike CVTs, finding them boring and unsportsmanlike. Despite this transmission has a very strong advantage. It can maintain the engine's RPM at its highest torque point to deliver optimal performance with excellent fuel economy. Now, we'll talk in detail about CVT transmissions, how they work, their advantages and disadvantages, and how to choose the right car for you. Ready? Let's go. How do CVT transmissions work? CVT transmissions come in different types and designs. One of the most common is the design that uses two cone-shaped pulleys with a metal belt between them. These pulleys move closer together or further apart depending on the speed and engine load. This allows for smooth and seamless gear changes without any vibrations in the car. There's also another design called the variable diameter pulley. Some companies use this in slightly different ways to achieve the same goal. Let's look at some examples from the most well-known companies. The first type of CVT transmission is from Nissan. Nissan uses a special transmission system called a toroidal CVT. This is more suitable for cars that need high torque, such as rear-wheel drive sports cars. The idea is simple. Two pulleys move two cone-shaped discs at different speeds. By changing these rotational speeds, power is continuously transferred to the wheels. The second type of CVT transmission is from Toyota. Toyota has a slightly different CVT system. It starts with a traditional gear, like a regular automatic, and then smoothly transitions to the CVT system. This type is often seen in the Corolla model, and its purpose is to improve initial acceleration and make the driving experience smoother afterwards. There are also two other types of CVTs, a hydrostatic type that uses fluids and a magnetic type that uses magnetic components. However, these types are less commonly used in cars compared to the more widespread systems we've discussed. So, what is the average lifespan of a CVT transmission? In recent years, car manufacturers have focused heavily on developing CVT transmission technology, especially after its performance improved significantly. Manufacturers have become confident in it and have been able to offer it without the problems of the past. If you perform regular maintenance as prescribed in the owner's manual, your CVT transmission should easily last you over 160,000 kilometers. It can also last up to 10 years or more before requiring major maintenance, such as replacing the pulley belt, which weakens over time and can break after prolonged use. So, what cars use CVT transmissions? Before buying a car with a CVT system, always do some research on the car you intend to buy, especially if any manufacturing defects have appeared in the same model before. However, most of the transmissions introduced by major companies in the last 5 years have become very reliable and high-performing. Most cars with CVT transmissions come from Japanese companies. Over time, American and Korean companies have also started using them in certain models. Mazda, on the other hand, is still sticking with the traditional automatic transmission. Let's look at some of the most popular cars that come with a CVT transmission. First, the CVT transmission in the Corolla. Toyota is a big name for reliability, and the CVT transmission in the Corolla is considered one of the most reliable systems on the market. Second, Honda's CVT transmission. Honda is also known for its power and reliability, and it has designed an excellent CVT transmission. The 10th generation Honda Civic is a prime example. It comes with a 1.8-liter turbo engine and a CVT transmission that performs exceptionally well. Its acceleration is very close to the feel of electric cars. Third, Subaru's CVT transmission. Many people love Subaru cars for their performance on challenging roads. However, it's important to note that CVT transmissions don't always maintain torque as well as traditional automatic or manual transmissions. If you push them beyond their design limits, they can overheat and begin to wear out. Fourth, Nissan's CVT transmission. Nissan had reliability issues with its CVT transmissions in previous economy models. They can start to fail after 120,000 kilometers. Therefore, it's crucial to do thorough research before buying if you're considering a Nissan. Fifth, Mitsubishi's CVT transmission. Mitsubishi is trying to re-establish itself and continues to offer reasonably priced cars. However, if you're interested in buying from them, it's advisable to first verify the performance and quality of the CVT transmission in the model you're considering. So, what are the advantages and disadvantages of a CVT transmission? Now that we understand how a CVT transmission works, let's look at the benefits you'll gain and the drawbacks you should consider before choosing your car. Advantage 1 is fuel efficiency. Since a CVT transmission can adjust gear ratios instantly and programmatically and has an infinite range of gears, it helps the car operate at the lowest possible fuel consumption, making driving very economical. Advantage 2 is fast acceleration. Cars equipped with a CVT transmission can quickly reach and maintain the ideal torque ratio. This results in excellent acceleration from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in approximately 6 seconds, depending on the car model and even on mountainous roads. The transmission also helps the car find the most suitable gear and maintain it for a longer period without straining the engine. Third advantage, smoother driving. Since there are no distinct gear shifts like in a regular automatic, the driving experience with a CVT is much smoother. You don't feel the car's power drop during acceleration, making driving in traffic comfortable and quiet, without annoying vibrations or jerks. As for the disadvantages, the first is the lack of shift feel. Many people like the feel of gear changes and the boost of power they get. This isn't present in CVTs because they don't have actual gear shifts. That's why some manufacturers have added a dummy manual shift system to give the impression of shifting. The second disadvantage is an annoying noise when pressing the accelerator. Sometimes the computer stays in a certain gear for a long time, and then the engine noise increases slightly. However, manufacturers are constantly working to improve this. Third disadvantage, loss of power. CVT transmissions are designed more for economy cars and 4 cylinders, and they struggle to handle high torque. That's why you rarely find them in sports cars or high-powered vehicles. Fourth disadvantage, complex maintenance. CVTs are still a relatively new technology compared to regular automatic transmissions, and their maintenance often requires a specialized technician or a dealership. Fifth disadvantage, higher maintenance costs. The pulley system in CVTs is sensitive and prone to damage if a problem arises, and replacing it is expensive. This means that any major CVT malfunction will likely cost a considerable amount. So, when should the CVT transmission fluid be changed? Generally, many owner's manuals don't specify when CVT transmission fluid needs changing, claiming it's designed to last the life of the car. But in reality, with increased mileage, transmission fluid can leak or its color and smell can change due to combustion and contamination. In such cases, it must be changed immediately. To maintain the transmission and avoid major problems later, it's best to change the CVT transmission fluid and filters every 40,000 kilometers at a minimum and 80,000 kilometers at a maximum. Like any car fluid, it loses quality over time, and delaying this will cause problems and costly repairs in the future. So, is a CVT transmission good? If you mostly drive in the city and traffic jams, or if you're looking for the best fuel economy, then a CVT transmission is a very suitable and practical choice for your daily needs. However, if you're someone who likes the feel of distinct gear shifts or wants to get the most out of your engine, then a CVT transmission might not be the ideal choice for you. In conclusion, we can say that the CVT transmission is a very important part of the car. Understanding it and knowing its advantages and disadvantages will help you choose the right car and deal with any problem quickly. This simply means being aware of all the details related to this transmission and getting the most out of it. And don't forget that regular maintenance and constant car monitoring are the secret to keeping your car running efficiently and without problems. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for a new episode.